Welcome to No Strings Attached, untangling conversations about shady topics. Hosted by Roger Magalhães, this podcast pulls back the curtain on the window covering industry with expert insights and a splash of Brazilian flair. Whether you're an installer, designer, dealer, or just fed up with crooked blinds, get ready for real tips, industry know-how, and plenty of laughs. Now, let's get untangled.
Hello. Welcome to another show of No Strings Attached. My name is Roger Magalhães, and I am your host. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. And if you have been here before, welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about small goals and how to set them up instead of setting big goals. But before that, let me remind you about our sponsor, blindsonline.com. They just launched a new website, much prettier, with a lot of options for window coverings at very affordable price. They now have a Instagram and Facebook page as well. So check them out, blindsonline.com. They are our sponsor. So today's show happened as I record these around the first half of January. And guess what? A lot of the New Year's resolutions that we set on January 1 are gone. The gyms are not as full anymore because guess what? 2 weeks already passed. And instead of giving up and let it go, run as it happens with your business and with your life, how about if we do a small goals instead? So back in during the holidays, Thanksgiving actually, I was at a friend's house and then I saw this sign that says, if nothing goes right, go left. So that gave me a good idea. And to be honest, I've been using that for some time now. So instead of setting up big goals at the beginning of the year, I set small, palatable, achievable ways to get to what I want. So for instance, back a few years ago, I wanted to make money every year. I wanted to save money. That was one of the goals for my business, right? But I never set truly achievable goals. I would just put on my to-do list or on my, wish list, I want to save $50,000 by the end of the year. But guess what? I never act on it. And I had that in my mind, but comes November and I say, oh crap, I never got to that point. And now it's too late to save $50,000 in 1 month. So then I read this book by Mark Magalhães. I believe that's his name. I'll leave the link on the show notes so you get to the book. But the book is called Profit First. And his idea is to pay yourself first, no matter what. Even if you don't have the full amount to pay the bills, you still need to set money for yourself first. And that's what I start doing it. I create a spreadsheet, and every week I go through my deposits and I set 1%. But then you might come to me and say, Roger, but what the heck, 1% not gonna make me rich. And I'm going to agree with you 100%. No, it's not going to make you rich, but it's going to set something in your brain, a routine. And then you're going to follow that routine. And every week you go through your deposits and you set 1% aside. Put on a savings account, buying crypto, do something with that money, but forget about it. You're never going to touch that money until really, really late, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. That's really your safe net, something for your retirement, but just don't touch. Otherwise, it won't make any sense. But set 1% every week, put that money aside, and then next year, you bump your 1% to 2%. And then the following year, you bump to 3% and bump to 4%. And I actually set my number this year to be 5%. What happened is you can live and you can run your business with 99% of the balance. 1% definitely won't make any difference, but start setting you up for success. So this is just one small idea. Let's say you want to increase your prices. You want to make more money. You want to make more profit. So instead of run across 10% on every item you sell, every installation item you install, don't do that. Pick a couple. See what you do the most. Say you install shutters the most or you sell drapes the most. Bump it up 2%. It's not a lot. Clients not even going to notice much. But then you set something up. By the end of the year, by the end of 6 months, you already make a little bit more money. Say you don't want to work weekends anymore, but you are a small operation or you have clients on the Saturdays. Instead of completely shut down weekends, perhaps you start working weekend on, weekend off, weekend on, weekend off, to a point that you decrease to one appointment a month, or, first Saturday of the month, you do work. The other 3, you take off. So it's small increments. Say you want to lose weight, but every time you try, it doesn't work. I've been on that boat several times, and it's frustrating. I get it completely. So what I'm doing now is simply, I'm not even going on a scale anymore. I just feel like every time I go on a scale and I see that I lost 10 pounds, it's a short win, but then I want to celebrate that. And then I want to have an ice cream or I want to have whatever. And then I feel like, well, I already lost 10 pounds. If I gain 1 pound here, it's not going to be a big deal. But then what he actually does, he actually set me back big time. So what I changed to do is really not going on a scale. I just have the mindset that I'm not going to cut everything that I like. I'm just going to slowly be more selective. If I have bread one day, I try not to have carbs the next day. And little things to actually help me improve without big, huge changes all at once. So, some ideas for you. Change your routine with your business. Set the hours so you don't work past, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If you want to start in the afternoon, you set your hours, but kind of try to stick to it. Not in a way completely radical, but small baby steps. Something for your life. If you like to smoke, you want to try to quit. I have a friend that he still have one of those vapes because he still have the rush for the nicotine. So I don't have that, but it was his way to kind of decrease the need for cigarettes. So find small steps, baby steps, to help you achieve your goals. Again, if nothing goes wrong, turn left. And that was the idea that I got from my visit to my friend's house back in Thanksgiving. So let me know your goals for the year. Perhaps if you are struggling with them, let me know. Let's bounce some ideas. Perhaps I can see things differently and suggest you something to help you get a better 2026. I also wrote a blog about the same topic with some extra ideas in it. I'm going to leave the link below. As always, I always appreciate all your support, all your comments. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email, follow me on social media. And happy 2026. I'll see you around. Take care.
That's a wrap for this episode of No Strings Attached, untangling conversations about shady topics. If you enjoyed today's discussion, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with fellow industry pros and window treatment enthusiasts. For more expert insights, follow Roger on social media and visit Shades in Place at www.shadesinplace.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep your shades stylish and your conversations shady.